When you get a troop carrier in Australia or 70 series, the two usual suspect brands that people normally go with are the ROHs and the Methods. I didn't want to go with those because everybody else had those and they generally go for the same model. And let's face it, when you spend so much money, you don't really want to be turning up at the ball wearing the same suit. I decided to go with Black Rhino, and I discovered Black Rhino some time ago when they were just a small little importer. That's been one of my highlights for 5 years. I've taken them around the Outback, and every time I pull over, someone always comment on them because they look great. I decided to choose these ones. So these are the Black Rhino Outback Edition. They sort of resemble some of the Method ones and also the ROH ones, I think, except these have got these fake sort of bolt looking, it's very tank looking, right? I'm pretty confident in terms of the weight and the composition. It'll be very similar to the ROHs and the Methods. One of our neighbors, Richard, he's selling tie downs or what have you. He came and he's looking at them and he was like, And I'm like, you like him? He turns around and he goes, nah. And I'm like, oh, knife in the heart. He goes, look at this fake stuff. What are they for? I go, it's called aesthetics. And he's like, nah, useless. I just saw them off. And then he goes, now those are real wheels. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're ugly? What's this, liquid paper stuff on it? These things are called like Evo, Corse, it's probably Italian. It says made in Italy. Are we sure they're made in Italy? Those Italians are pretty shifty, Probably made in China, they stamp it. Anyway, jokes aside, apparently these are proper Dakar rally wheels. And apparently they're very light, but they're a bit pricey. So I think they cost something like 800 bucks a wheel. Not the most expensive wheels I heard, because there are some forged ones in from Japan that cost like 2 grand a pop. It's a brand that supports Dakar Rally, they're gonna be proper 4-wheel drive wheels. And that's why Richard looked at me and goes, oh, no, those are real wheels. Let's face it, I do know for a fact, after some research, that the cost price on those alloys that we pay hundreds and hundreds for are but maybe 60, 70 US dollars each. It's confronting. So you can see all of the tire wheel shops out there, like the Aussie tires, the Tempe tires, and they're selling these packages, and you're like, God, how do I make money? And you realize these things don't cost a lot. This is something that I notice more and more as I'm diving into this industry, understanding brands and what's behind the brand, the product, what's the product. And invariably, most of it will be made in Asia, if not China. And the true cost of it are just but a fraction of what we get charged. You've got two camps, isn't it? People like me who chase a rabbit down the hole and understand that, or because I'm just curious. Then you got other folks who don't really care because they just trust a certain brand because of their reputation. Power to you. There's no right or wrong on both camps. But it's just food for thought. What we spend at the shop front versus the true cost of this, because I'm pretty confident those wheels that we've got, they're probably about 100 bucks cost. They've got 3-4 times X margin in it. So I don't know. Well, I mean, we don't really have a solution other than go to AliExpress or Baba and buy those wheels directly. But then you fall short of warranties and the brand, and if something goes on, who do you sue? You can't sue a company in China, right? We live in an era where the Chinese, the factories themselves, the manufacturing themselves, it's doing a full court press on their own account. The Great Wall Motors, with the Tank 300s, you got all the EVs from China, the amount of value that they give you or the money you spend. We have to be conscious of where this is going. And people these days through the internet, we can learn a lot of things. ChatGPT will tell you. In Australia, look, you've got to make those margins. I get it, because if you don't make those margins, you're not going to be able to feed your family. At what point do we say, yes, I'm willing to spend the extra money? At what point do we say, no, that's a bit out of control? I don't know. If you have thoughts and perspectives, leave a comment.